Hello, I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to ask you a question. I'm wondering if you know what Simone Biles, Michael Phelps, Ed Sheeran, Lindsey Vonn, Naomi Osaka, Kevin Love, and The Rock, otherwise known as Dwayne Johnson. Do you know what they have in common? Any clue? Okay, here's what. They've all very publicly stated that they have gone into therapy and that they found it helpful. Did you know that? Maybe not. Maybe you did. That's a really short list, and those people have been very public about what they've done. But more people are seeking help and support than you might realize. So I wanted to take just a couple of minutes here and talk to you about that. I'm Lisa Curtis, and this is one of my versions of a one-take wonder. Truth be told, this is actually my second take since something happened with Descript as I was trying to do it, but that's okay. We're going to just keep moving on. Okay, so here's the thing. This video was prompted by an article I read this past weekend about Simone Biles and her return to gymnastics. As you may know from, again, news media, she was one of the people one of the victims of a coach. And she is like, I think one of the best, I think she is considered the best all-around gymnastics female out there. And she took a break, got married, and has since returned to the sport and is, of course, knocking it out of the park again. But she talked in that article about what we call extended sessions, and that you may not have heard of because, well, let's be honest here, the insurance companies don't want to cover them. So people who are getting them are needing to pay out of pocket. But they're super helpful. So we could go into a whole thing about the insurance, and we're not going to. We're going to stick here to the facts or the pieces that I think you'll find most helpful. Extended sessions are designed to really allow us the space, both emotionally and just from a, like that pressure of, I gotta go, I gotta get to the dentist, I gotta go whatever, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. It gives us both the space to really dig into a topic, stay there for a while, and make sure that you make progress in that time. In our time together, you're really able to settle into all of the feels and allowing yourself that time and space to process those, essentially chew them up and make them feel like they're much more manageable in a very short period of time, relatively speaking. I am not against 45 or 50-minute weekly sessions. They're great. They're fine. They have, however, sort of this stop-start quality to them that can make it difficult to sustain a lot of change over a period of time. So, you think about it for a second. You get to your location, you get to my office. Well, in my case, that's virtual, but you get to an office or you sit down and there's a couple of minutes of, hi, how are you? How was your week? Gee, it's really cold. Gee, it's really this. How was your whatever? Then we sort of dig into some of the work. But then part of my responsibility is to make sure that you don't walk out of the office feeling all frazzled and wired and jittery. That's not okay. It's not like you're going to walk out feeling great, perhaps, but I'd like you to feel at least like you could go outside the door and not break down and, end up in a puddle of tears or feel like you can't move forward with your day. So we're going to probably only have about 30 minutes to really dig into some work. Extended sessions, on the other hand, allow us 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Sometimes people even go for long weekends. Don't worry, we're not together the whole weekend, but you have long chunks of time in there where you're sitting and you're working on something. And then you spend some time away, you do a little work on your own, and then we come back together again. So, again, even though you may not have heard about these, I want you to know that this is something that's not only available from myself, but from a lot of clinicians. And we find them to be an incredibly useful offering for you so that you can get where you want to go. Okay? So that's part one. Part two here is I want you to know that even though I've spent a lot of time talking about and working with folks who struggle with substance use and abuse issues, substance use is a great area. I love it. I still love it. I still work in it. But it is just one part of what I do. And I wanted to make this video so you would know that there's more to what I do. At some point, hopefully soon, I'll be bringing in the substance use into extended sessions, but that's not what the purpose of today is. If you have an issue that you want to work out, if you are concerned about a major change that you want to make and how to do it, or if you want to sit down and really dig into some family dynamics or dynamics that you've noticed in your life that you'd like to change, now would be a good time to do it. You already know that I believe pretty strongly that if you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail. Now, I don't actually believe in failure, but I do know that if you don't have a plan, you're not going to get where you want to go. So if you'd like to really map out a course and really get where you want to go, extended sessions might be for you. All right, on that note, I'll leave you. I hope you have a great day. Again, I'm Lisa Curtis, a licensed clinical social worker and credentialed alcohol specialist. Have a good day. Bye.